we're live again with another interview today, which I'm really excited about doing because yesterday's interview was with the lovely lovely Michelle from TinyTalk, and today, this morning at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be interviewing the lovely Julie, who is joining us right now. So Hi Julie, I am trying to press the button to get you in. Let me see if it works. Accept. And good morning everyone else that's joining us this morning for this interview. Yes, we did it. Yeah, sometimes you press the button and then there's a bit of a delay, so you don't know if it's done it or not. So it's a little bit, a bit weird. But
refresh, hoping it was going to come up.
Yeah. So everybody, I'm really excited this morning to talk to the lovely Julie from TinyTalk, South West Birmingham, North Worcester. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Who is an award-winning business owner. Last year, Julie won Lifetime Achievement at the Club Hub Awards. Yes, the same year that I won Supplier of the Year. And on Saturday, you were announced as one of the top 100 UK children's activity providers at the Club Hub Award event. So tell me a little bit about that, because obviously I wasn't there. So what happened?
That was lovely. So they announced the top 100 activity providers, and they staggered it throughout the day, and they went from 100 down to 1. So in between every workshop or session, they'd release the next 10. And so we were all sort of drum rolling, and then they released them, and everyone would come up and get them, and it was wonderful. I think I was talking to a number of people, and we were like Carrie, who's on after me today, and we were saying, if we're not in the first 10 or 20, game over. And so I had to wait. I was 27th. And so I'd given up at that point. So Michelle was like nudging me, going, "Look, you're on the board. You're on the board." So I also had a lap full of stuff like she did, so I had to pass it to her and go and run up, and she recorded me, and then vice versa. No, it was wonderful. So we've got a lovely, I think it's here. We've got a lovely little book with everybody in, which is nice. Which we've been taking around to all my families this week to have a look at, and it's just absolutely great. And speaking to everybody on Saturday, Fatima was there, the lovely Jo from Drama Tots in Alpha was there, so all our local people we got to have a chat to, we were all in there and all around about the same number, which was fantastic. So I really enjoyed that.
Oh, amazing. So top 30. So you're like, it sounded like it's like Top of the Pops, like on an old Sunday night when we used to sit there with our tape recorders waiting to see who was number one, and then we'd press record.
Trying not to get the DJ, I know.
Yeah. That's it. If you're as old as me, that's what we used to do, my friends.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to
the tape in.
Yeah, exactly. Dodgy stuff. So obviously I invited you on today because I know you've been a club member, like a children's activity business club member, for a long time, and you did the Market Like a Pop Star program with me last year. I spoke at your conference, as Michelle reminded me. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that I spoke at your conference, and then I assume that's how we came across each other. We met each other through the conference.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I actually present the TinyTalk conference every year, and so I knew you were there, but I didn't know who you were, and I just remember this whirlwind of multicoloured leopard print sort of coming through. You got a long leopard print dress, like dancing your way into the room and getting us all on our feet, and I was like, what the heck is this? It was great. And it was brilliant. I've never come away from one of the guest speakers with as many notes as I had. I had about 8 pages of notes. And I was inspired, but also just blown away, and too much going on. And I think at the time, because I was doing the presenting as well, I was having to keep an eye on other things going on. So I took your notes away, I squirreled them away to do. And frankly, you were on my to-do list forever. I think I've got you in my sort of the slot of it'd be really nice to do if I ever get time. And you rolled, and it was only I think it was the following May, so it took me sort of 6 months. You popped on my feed with the free Market Like a Pop Star challenge, and I'd been talking to Michelle, talking to various people, and I think a couple of other teachers had already done a course with you and said you were brilliant. And I was a bit like Michelle, really. I was like, well, I may as well have a go, hadn't I? Why not? And it was phenomenal. It just sucked me in completely. So when we got offered the full programme, like Michelle, I had never spent that amount of money before. But due to COVID, we'd managed to go online very successfully during COVID, but I didn't have the cost of venues and biscuits and all that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I squirreled myself a little pot away that I didn't really know what I was
Oh.
going to do with. And I
Yeah.
thought, well, it's a bit of a sign, this is. So I went for it, and it blew me away completely. And that's why I've signed up to do it again this year.
I
Because
know.
I know I was in there as soon as you said I was there. Because I did it, but I didn't do it justice last year. It helped me immensely, but I know it could give me a lot more.
All
So
right.
that's why I'm coming back this year to do it again.
Oh, brilliant! So you're coming back on fire for this year, yeah. So everyone, Julie's coming back again to do the program with me again, because I'm doing it slightly differently this year. Because I'm going to give everyone access to the course and be like, look, crack on. We're all adults here. Do that. It's going to help you build your systems in place. But I'm going to do 6 live training sessions on the marketing and sales strategies that are working right now, like in 2025, so we can really help everyone hit the ground running. I've just announced the 1K in 7-day
I saw
challenge.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so they can come back and do that so we can make their money back, but also so people can be in a really good position by the summer so they can relax and not
Yeah.
be panicking. So tell me, like, about your experience of doing the program with me. Like, how do you think I work? Like, what, yeah, all of that type of stuff.
I love the program. I love it with you. I like you because if you say it as it is, and that's it, and it's just really straight talking, and you can ask you anything, and you don't mind what we ask you, and you'll give us a straight answer. And I work really well with that. I can't be doing with a bit of
Yeah,
pandering, because you never get it done if you
fluff.
pander. You know, we all need
Yeah,
to put the bum. And I think this time last year my daughter was doing a GCSE, so I gave it all I could, but that's why I didn't have all the
yeah,
time to do it. So I think there's so many things there. But coming back again this year, I think a year older and a year wiser. Things like ChatGPT,
yeah.
and that sort of thing. I'd heard of them, you'd talked to me about them, and I've got a really good insight to them. But only 12 months later do I now know about them a lot more and feel more comfortable to use
Or
them for
using it.
different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to give you an idea of, I did some numbers as well, like Michelle.
I love
So
it.
yeah, so before I did the Market Like a Pop Star program to the term after, so that was literally just after I did it, my bookings went up by 46%. So,
Amazing.
I mean, that tells you how much it is. And then from starting it to the term after, my bookings have gone up by 76%.
Wow.
So if that was only on me giving it 75% of what I could have done,
Yes.
where can I
Yeah.
be? I think that's really, really good. And I think also I've now got better ideas of things to sell. So, for
Yeah.
example, I did the 1K in 7 days last year, but because of the timing of it, I felt it was too early to go for the September
Yeah.
term,
Yeah.
which I
Okay.
now think is bloody ridiculous. But I thought it was too early, so I was like, what can I sell? What can I sell? And I think I tried to sell a newborn course that I just sort of put on for the heck of it to
Yeah.
do the challenge.
To try it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it didn't work so well because there wasn't a market for that. I think if I'd have done for my September term early and not just done
Yes.
what I always do, I think that would work. So I'm going to try that this year, and I've got some time
Cool.
practice to do. So it's older and wiser is good, and if I'm in the group as well, hopefully I can share some of that knowledge as well.
Yeah, totally. And I remember just before, was it before Christmas or something? I remember earlier, not recently, you were like, I opened up the bookings a lot earlier than I
It
usually
was
did.
Easter.
And
It was Easter, yeah. So
yes,
for the first time in a few years, we went on a overseas holiday at Easter, and I just wanted to have it all sorted. So I always open my bookings a couple of 3 weeks before the end of term. I decided to do it 4 or 5, and I just did it. And because the families were just on a roll of speed in term, they all just paid and
yeah,
signed up. And
love
I was
it.
like, oh, and so I was pretty much full before I even went on my holiday, which was fantastic.
Brilliant. And that's nice because then you could just relax on the
Yeah,
trip. And like you
absolutely.
said, like the strategies that we'll be doing, like that I teach everyone, you can rinse and repeat, like, and do it again and again and again. But I completely agree when you're in a group and birds of a feather all flock together, when the energy all comes together and everyone's doing it together
Yeah,
and you're all cheering each other on, it makes you do it. Whereas I know I have had some people who said, oh, I've done it on my own and it was harder, because it's like you have to have the right mindset to
yeah,
do like a 1K in 7-day challenge, because you have to be on it relentlessly.
absolutely.
And obviously that's part of being in that group where I'll be cheering people on, going, come on, you just got to keep going, keep being visible, keep showing up, go live, getting
Yeah.
stories. And that really helps with the momentum. Oh, I'm so pleased that like those figures, because I don't always get to hear all
Yeah.
those figures from people. That just makes it makes me so happy, because it means like the work I'm doing is having that impact on everyone, and obviously that can change people's whole business. Like,
Totally, yeah, absolutely. I've treated myself to some new expensive dresses that I haven't done for a while. Nice things like that. Yeah, I'm learning BSL now, which the money extras come. I've been wanting to do that for the entire time I've been at Tiny Talk, and I've never quite got there. Either money or life or COVID or whatever. So we're doing things like that now as well, and then looking to invest in myself.
Brilliant. So it means you got the money coming in, so you can buy the things that you want, and obviously you've got to reward yourself, because otherwise there's a little point doing all the work. Obviously we've got to pay the bills, we've got to like have money in the business, but we also need to have the little treats for the family, for ourselves, because otherwise it just, there's no incentive to do it. Otherwise you just feel like you're in the churn of everything.
I think so far it was just always to pay for the football club and the music club and the dance club and the school trip and that sort of thing. So we need some mummy trips now.
Yes, love it. Yeah, totally. So, okay, Julie, I'm going to ask you a question then. So if we're going to do the 1K in 7-day challenge, you're going to do it with me this year, we're going to do it in June. What are you going to treat yourself to this year if you hit your target? You're probably going to have a bigger target this year, because I said to Michelle she needs to up her target. But what would you treat yourself to this year?
I would really like to go on a really nice spa day.
There we go. Right. So everyone, we've heard it live. Julie wants to go on a spa day. That is going to be her reward for hitting her 1K in 7-day challenge when she does the program with me again this year. Oh, Julie, it's been amazing to talk with you. Absolutely. I hope everyone out there feels inspired to take action. I've been talking to lots of people. One of the things that always comes up is funds. It's like, I don't have the funds to invest. What would you say to someone who's sitting on the fence, someone like you who are like, I don't really invest in myself, it's not something I've ever done before?
Just do it. Honestly, you'll make that money back more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
And on the back of Market Like a Pop Star, well, at the start that I joined your club as well, which I pay for monthly, and that is invaluable. And I don't probably use that as much as I should do, and I'm looking to up that. But I mean, if you've managed to get that as a bonus as well, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. But you've got to speculate to accumulate, and I've really learned that over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So definitely do it. And if anyone is out there, I know based on experience of my teachers, because I do quite a lot of work for our head office, bringing the teachers through, is people get very scared of live. And B, very scared of what seems to be quite hard. There's nothing that Chrissy tells you on here that is rocket science.
No.
You can all use a spreadsheet, but you've just probably never thought of doing it in that way before, and that sort of way. So I think it's good for focusing your brain. And lives, just treat it as if you're speaking to anybody. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. So the last 2 or 3 lives I've done, I might do it today. As we finish, I go to turn it off, and it's fallen off my phone wherever there's the seal, and I've just gone like, woo! It's become a thing now. My friends think it's hilarious, and especially don't worry if it goes wrong. Just go for it.
It's funny that you're talking about that, because I had a provider messaging me yesterday saying she really wanted to sign up, but she was worried about the tech, because it's taken her 2 years to master Canva. I was like, listen, pal. I was like, listen, my friend, can you use a phone? Because that's all I need you to do. Like, do you know how to post to socials? Like, do you know how to talk to people? Do you know how to engage with people? And she was like, yeah. I was like, that's all I need. I don't need you to be doing fancy stuff on Canva. I don't need all that. You can.
Me and you are Gen X. If we can do it, Gen Z and everyone else are absolutely laughing.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if you could use a phone, and then don't worry about the whole Canva thing. Yeah, you can do, if you can do assets and stuff, it's nice. But you don't have to have it. Like, it doesn't, you don't need it to market your business. You just need to be able to be visible, put yourself out there with the right messaging, use the right strategies, be able to engage an audience, take them through a sales process that they feel like they're buying into, and you will make the sales in your business. And it's just getting that whole system in place. But you don't need to, I know tech is one of the biggest fears of everyone. I'm working in another program right now, and they're like, oh my God, the tech blows my mind. But I'm like, don't worry, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Oh, well, amazing. This has been a brilliant interview, Julie. I've absolutely loved it. Thanks for taking your time out of your busy diary to come and chat with us. And I will see anyone that wants to know more about the Market Like a Pop Star program. We are kicking off on Wednesday, the 28th of May. I'm closing the doors this Sunday at 10 o'clock. And if you comment pop star, I'll send you some information. But I can't wait to get started. We've had 45 people already sign up. I know there's more out there sitting on the fences and they're sitting there watching and waiting.
Do
And
it.
yeah, yeah, just do it. I'm a bit like, it's a no-brainer. Like, and you've always got to have this in your head as well, Julian. I do it. I try and teach this with everyone with mindset. I have never not sold. I have never, like, if you can start believing in yourself, like Michelle was saying yesterday, like she just didn't believe it until you saw it. And then once you see it and you do it once, then you know you can do it again.
Yeah.
And it's just about that whole mindset shifting of like every single day, 1% little more shift. And then you just believe like the sales will come. They will come.
Positivity is a really good thing, and it makes you feel really good as well. So yeah,
Totally. All right, my friends. If you want to see another interview, Carrie is joining me from Bilingual Sing at 11:30 today, and I can't wait to chat with her. All right, take care, Julie. See you soon. Bye.